Hey girl, hey. Hey boys, hey. Welcome back to my channel. It's Mama Beauties here. Welcome everyone. I hope everyone got through Christmas unscathed and everything worked out for you and you are just happy as all get out today. I'm hoping that not everyone has to go back to work and some of us are still enjoying our vacation. I do not have to, my son doesn't go back to school until next Tuesday. So that's pretty cool. I think it's next Tuesday. So does everybody have plans for the new year? What are you going to do? Do you have resolutions? Look how great my skin looks. I don't have a stitch of makeup on, you guys. That charcoal mask was life I used last night, and I will upload that video in a little while so you can see it do its magic. But my skin is awesome. I only have a little bit of lip gloss on, and that is it. No makeup, girl. And I would have never done this before in the past. But Mary Kay has just given my skin life, you guys. So go check out my videos. I will be uploading the charcoal mask today so you guys can see it live in action. But this is a place, you guys, where we all are entitled to our own opinions. We can agree to disagree. We can not hate on each other. We can articulate our feelings and we can interact with one another even without the same beliefs. So this is a place where we do not hate, we participate, we articulate, we speculate, and if your delivery is off in the comment section, we will regulate. So just be on your best behavior, you guys, and I am wanting to bring, hi Jennifer, you're going to be happy. I'm talking about Amaya. I have been worried about Amaya Robertson since she was missing this summer, you guys. And it really bothers me how the media and the police only pick very attractive people or very rich people to share these horrific cases on. And if you're poor and you're from the wrong side of the tracks, then you don't get much attention and your case is just kind of swept under the rug. This baby Amiah, you guys, was reported missing back in March of this year, right? And she said that she last saw her baby on like March 16th or something. And let me get the exact dates. She first reported her missing and then come to find out she had not really seen her that day, and it had been days before that she had seen her. It says she said she hadn't seen her baby since March 14th, but didn't report her missing until March 16th. So because she thought the baby was safe. Robertson said she didn't think Amiah was in danger. She thought the baby was safe. So what she said is that she allowed her boyfriend, not the baby's father, to take the child to the babysitter. And I just find that so alarming. I don't know why this mother's not in jail. Okay, first of all, the mother should have went to jail. The boyfriend went to jail, but it was unrelated causes. They have yet to find the body. They wrote it off at the end of March as a homicide because no one knew where this baby was. And they have last reported on it in October, you guys. So no one has said a word about where is baby Amiah since October the 25th. And that was when they scraped the creek or the river, lake, whatever that is over there to see if she was in it, because they did find some baby clothes and some baby items that was along the bank of that river. So I have no idea. This is what she looked like when she went missing, you guys. Okay. And she is over a year old now. And it's just so sad. And it says that they searched Eagle Creek and they had previously searched nearby areas around I-70. It was unclear what brought the search crews back to the area. No new investigative information provided at this time. And that's what, when Jennifer emailed me, she said, why can't we talk about baby Amaya Robertson? And I said, well, the worst part is that there's no new news on that. They act like they do not care. They have completely dropped the ball with Amaya Robertson, and it's just another poor family's missing child. They could care less. It really, really bothers me. And there is a baby involved. It's just sad. This was the boyfriend, you guys. It says during the same day, Lyons was spotted in the area of Rockville Road and McKinley Avenue for an extended period of time. And this is who she let her baby go with. All right. And obviously, they didn't have enough evidence to charge him, but this is the last person the baby was seen with. His last name is Lyons. And the babysitter said no one brought Amiah over at all that day. So I think they both were in on it. Honestly, I think the mother and the boyfriend here had something to do with it. And the police are letting them get away with it. It's sad. When investigators questioned Lyons, he gave them several locations to search. So he sent them on a wild goose chase, claiming that the baby could be there. A few of the locations didn't even exist, you guys. Is that not red flags? Why didn't they give him a polygraph? Oh. Police found no sign of the baby at any of the locations he gave. The mom is pregnant again, Jennifer? You're kidding. You're kidding. And that's why the police can't drop the ball. That is crazy. CPS better get involved and not let that woman take that baby home. That is not right. Whoo, girl, you just burnt me up. I'm mad. I'm real mad. So she's just basically replacing Amiah. And if she is the reason why Amiah is dead, then what makes them think that this baby's going to survive? That is sad. She's obviously not a good mother. You don't leave your baby with this. And I'm not judging him by how he looks. I'm judging him by how it sounds, by his actions. Why did he give them places that don't exist? Wow. It says, where'd my glasses go? Robertson, that is the mom, didn't report Amiah missing until March 16th, even though she hadn't seen the baby since the 14th. Every day I get online to find out that everyone is sitting and saying I don't care for my daughter, I don't cry over my daughter, that I don't have love for my daughter the way I should, or don't care about my daughter. That's what she told a news outlet. I get threatened that I'm going to be protested at my job, protested at houses that I'm at. I get threatened that I'm going to get beat up, whatever the case may be. And this isn't how it should be. This is a 1-year-old that is missing that would love to be home, gets no help from people because they waste their time bashing me. Yeah, they're not wasting their time. You should not have let your baby go with him. You should have rode with him. Women, do not pass over your precious blood to someone that has no relation to them. There's no tie, there's no blood, there's no natural love. Do not do it. It is not okay. If their parents do, if their own fathers can't step up to the plate, please don't leave them with a boyfriend. Please don't leave them with a stepdad. Please don't leave them with anyone that is not their flesh and blood. And even then, their flesh and blood could hurt them. Please. This is not okay. You guys know this is not okay. Something deep down inside your heart knew when you let that baby go with him that it was not okay. How am I the only one that has these questions about people? Why are people not questioning enough? Why are you not finding out where your children are? Do you know how many of my daughter's friends spent the night at my home night after night and I never met their parents? Never. They just dropped their kid off with me and would let them stay for a week at a time. Never known me from Adam. People are like this. This is not okay. Make sure you know where your daughters are and your sons. And even if you trust the mom and dad where they're at, what if Uncle Johnny comes over? You've never met Uncle Johnny and he's a freak. You being paranoid to me is fully aware of what could happen at all times. So call me crazy, but my child did not have bad things happen to her at parties because I was the mother that was there dragging her out of that party. I was the mother that would sit these kids down and tell them that they were going nowhere in life and that they had their whole life ahead of them. And if they stayed on this track, they were just going to end up like their own parents. There's so many parents that don't care. I had another kid that used my address because his family were homeless and he couldn't go to school if he didn't have an address. Don't have children if you're not going to take care of them. She has an older son, and why didn't they charge the mom with neglect? Exactly. It's awful. You have to watch the videos of the search behind the babysitter's backyard and the mom's interview. Oh, I've seen it, Jennifer. I'm sorry. This has me like this every day. I go crazy when I don't where my older kids are. Oh, thank you, Madonna. But yeah, I mean, come on, ladies. Come on. And I'm guilty of it too, okay? The reason why I'm screaming this at you is because I'm guilty of it too. Let me tell you my horror story. And this, I mean, I did it too. I'm not judging you. I had to learn from my mistake. Okay, so I was dating a guy that was he? I think it was 15 years younger than me. 15 years, pretty sure. Yeah, because I was 35 when he was 20, and then we started dating when he turned 21. Yeah, okay. So, yeah, 15 years younger than me, you guys. And I was infatuated. Like, I couldn't believe that this young dude wanted me, and I'm like old enough to be his mama, and it like took me back to my younger years. I started living vicariously through him. I started drinking and riding on the back of his motorcycle. I mean, I was a 35-year-old woman acting like I was 20. For real. And my daughter was more mature than me at that time. And I say that hands down. Like, she had more common sense than I ever had when I was with him. And his name is Elle. Okay. So, me and Elle ended up getting addicted to pain pills together. When I met Elle, he did pain pills, but he didn't have enough money to get them like I was getting them. And so I would split mine with him in the beginning. We both just needed a half of a 30. We'd do a split of 30 and we were fine. But then it changed to we each needed a 30. And they cost $40 a piece at the time. So that's $80 a day that we're spending in the beginning when we first got together. And we are riding around on his motorcycle. We're drinking on these pain pills. We are tearing up the streets, acting a fool. All right. A full-on fool. And my son would go to his dad's on the weekend. That was before we had our falling out. And my daughter would stay the weekend at the house with her friends. She'd always invite a friend over, and they loved having the house to themselves, which I was a horrible parent for doing that, for giving them free reign of a house. I was horrible. I should have kept my butt there watching them and cared more about my child than I did this stupid dude. All right. But I didn't. I was all about it. You couldn't tell me that he was bad for me. You couldn't tell me nothing. I loved him. He was the love of my life, right? So he ended up finding out that it was cheaper to do heroin. And he wouldn't have to listen to me complain about how I had to share my pain pills, right? And so that was more for me. So I didn't care. I was like, oh, great. And he's smoking it on a foilie. As long as he's not shooting it up, I don't care. That's how I was. Yeah. Shitty mom, right? So me and him proceeded to continue this lifestyle for the next year. He ended up putting me in jail and said that I bit him when I didn't. And then whenever I went to turn myself in, he said it was just for communicating threats. But when I get there, they arrest me, put me in jail. I'd never been in jail before, like overnight. I've turned myself in and bonded out, but I had never been in jail overnight. So he brings me to the jail and says that he's taking these charges out on me and that it's just communicating threats and that I'm going to be able to sign myself out. So I say, hey, I tell him my name. I tell him what I'm there for. And they said, you have a 48-hour hold for domestic violence. And I'm like, what? That's not true. And my boyfriend starts screaming at the bailiff that's coming out to get me. Hey, man, I lied. That's not true. I'm so sorry. And I looked at him and said, why didn't you tell me it was domestic violence? I wouldn't came in here on a Friday. So it was Friday. There was no judge to be seen until Monday. And he told the bailiff that he lied. And he said, tell it to a judge, honey. That ain't my department. And they took me back. And I got deloused. I had to take a shower. I had to change into the outfits. I had to sleep in the boat bed. I had to listen to the girl slamming the phone down repeatedly when people wouldn't answer. I was withdrawing so bad and my stomach was hurting and I was sweating and throwing up and it was just the worst. Okay. And I didn't want to tell him that I was withdrawing because I knew I would be getting out on Monday. And the last thing I needed was DSS up my butt. So I sucked it up and I bonded myself out. And the fool went to court. And in North Carolina, when you go to court for domestic violence, they take the victims out of the courtroom and they leave the assailants in the courtroom. That way, the victims and the assailants don't have to be in the same room together. Well, L got pulled in with a bunch of women. He was the only dude, and he's pretty big dude, and he was the only dude in the victim's advocate room, right? And they were looking at him like, what are you doing here? And he said, I lied and said my girlfriend bit me, blah, 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 blah. So meanwhile, it gets dismissed. He told him he lied and all of that. And so that charge didn't stick. But long story short, I stayed with Lance. He started shooting up. He started telling me that he wasn't anymore. He would disappear to the store. And finally, I followed him to the store and I popped the lock to the bathroom and I caught him in action, you guys. Full on in action. And we broke up and stayed apart for a while. And then he'd show back up at my house and say that he was reformed and I'd let him back in. So me and my best friend made plans for her birthday. We were going to go out to this local bar. Neither one of us had been out in a year. I mean, I don't remember last time I've been to a bar, but we were going to go out and celebrate her birthday. And Elle was going to stay at the house with my daughter, who was 17 at the time, and my son and my best friend's son. All right. And they both were 6 and 7. All right. My son was 6, her son was 7, and they've always been best friends. And so we thought we could go out and leave Lance here to watch the kids. And we had been drinking just a little bit earlier in the day. And so I got ready. And once he saw what I had on and that I had straightened my hair and that I looked good, he got mad and jealous. And he decided that he didn't want us to go out anymore and that he didn't want to be stuck at the house with the kids. And so he started throwing a fit, telling me that my hair was ugly, that I was ugly, and just trying to ruin my good time. And I was like, honey, you ain't ruining my good time. I'm out of here. So me and my girlfriend went to the bar. We didn't get in the door for 5 minutes, and my daughter's calling me, telling me that this fool has shut down the entire power of the house and leaving these kids in the pitch black dark. Yeah. I'm lucky that I didn't go to prison that day. Okay. I got back here and it was a knockdown drag out trying to get him out of my house. And he didn't understand how he had done anything wrong. The kids were traumatized. My daughter was 17 and said that he took I have my dad's nightstick. You know, the thing that cops have that slides out. I guess it's a baton. That's what it's called. And you got to hit it on the ground to get it to go back in. Well, I keep it at the top of my bed. He had that nightstick out after he shut down all the lights on a 6 and 5-year-old or 6 and 7-year-old. I can't remember, something like that. And my daughter, and he's on one end of the house with that baton smashing my granite slab on my kitchen table. And I've looked at it recently and it's just like cracked and spread. You can't even see it unless you look close. But yeah, he was beating my table with that baton. Then there's a huge hole in my bedroom wall where he punched it. And then he took the tip of the baton and beat it down the hallway. So my kids were traumatized and her kid was too. Also, we could go out and have a good time on her birthday. No, it is your responsibility to stay at home with your own dang kids. I'm sorry, this has me like this every day. I go crazy. I'm dealing with this right now. My son had been on subs, but he is withdrawing right now as we speak. He is wanting med 30s, and I'm watching him like a hawk. Oh, bless Jennifer. It is so hard, honey. So hard. Can you go get him some kratom? That works, believe it or not. And they have it in liquid form now, so he doesn't have to get all that leafy stuff in his mouth. But if you can find him some kratom at a head shop or at a health food store, something like that, it will help tremendously. Also, if he has a family doctor that you trust, gabapentin. Gabapentin is a nerve pain, non-narcotic medicine, okay? And it helps so much with withdrawal, you guys. Gabapentin is amazing, and they give it to you in detox. They give it to you because what happens is when you are withdrawing, every one of your nerve ends are standing on edge. Like you could get brushed like this, and if you, it's just a tickling sensation, and someone hasn't even touched you. You just everything is on its end, and it's either chilly or it hurts to be touched, or it tickles to be touched, or it gives you chills, or your skin's crawling. It is the worst. And so the two things hands down that I have found that help with withdrawal is the kratom and the gabapentin. Wow, Jennifer, I'm so sorry. He's going to be mad, girl. He's going to be angry. You're going to have to understand that the stuff that comes out of his mouth, he does not mean it. It is the hardest time to hold back. You're just so frustrated and your nerves are shot and your patience is thin, and his coping skills are gone because he coped with the meds. You see what I'm saying? So the meds have been what chilled him and leveled him. And so without the meds, he's on end. It's hard. Trust me, I said some hateful stuff. Yes, gabapentin girl. Yes, ma'am. It sure will. And it acts on the same receptors as the opioid receptors. And so it will calm down that feeling. And it'll help him be able to sleep a little bit too. Yes, ma'am. Mm-mm-mm. So sad. I do not wish that. He doesn't mean it, and he's probably in physical pain, bad pain. Crystal knows what's up. She knows. Yes. And I've said the most hateful, god awful stuff you can think of while I'm withdrawing. Marie knows what's up. And it's probably not okay for me to say that on this channel. I probably shouldn't have said that. I didn't think about how that sounded. And sorry, but I'll delete the video if I have to. I don't care, as long as I can help a soul. But next time I'll say it in email. I'll say, I've got an idea for you, and I'll email that. I can say kratom, but I don't think I should be telling people medications. Yeah, because I'm not a doctor. But it is very good. But anyways, so Amiah, you guys, is a sad, sad story. I don't want us to forget about her. And now the mother is pregnant again. That is awful. Okay, now there is another case I wanted to talk to you guys about. Her name is Allison Watterson, and she's been missing for a few days. She went on a hike with her boyfriend, okay, out in the woods area a couple days before Christmas, and they got separated. Okay, they got separated, and he left to get help, or he got out to get help, and when he came back, she was gone. That's what he's saying. And he is in custody right now, but it's on unrelated charges. He was involved in some kind of, I think it was possession of a stolen vehicle or something like that. And he is in custody right now. I guarantee you they are giving him up one side and down the other. Now, let me read this to you guys so you know what's cracking. It's in North Plains, Oregon, you guys. All right. And she is a 20-year-old who went missing hiking on December 22nd with her boyfriend. They have a search party out looking for her. They spent Wednesday following up on possible leads. The sheriff office said they have been flooded with tips. Oh, that's a good thing. They have lots of people. They're amazed by the people that are coming out. They're saying
after a Christmas day.
No. Okay. Allyson and her boyfriend Benjamin Garland got separated while hiking near Old Pumpkin Ridge Road in a wooded area in North Plains. All right.
They spent searching.
No, hush.
The mission to find.
All right. It says the terrain is very diverse. I wouldn't say it's wilderness area, but there's a lot of heavy timber. It said that a lot of undergrowth and private property, so they have to get permission to go onto certain properties, so it takes time to get into the area. She was last seen wearing an orange and yellow hooded sweatshirt, you guys, a red backpack, black jeans, and brown Calvin Klein boots. Oh yes, Jennifer, that's gonna send him over the edge for sure. Oh, I feel so bad for him. Oh, that's awful. All right, so she is white with blue eyes and dark brown hair. She's about 5'7" and 120 pounds. And here is her picture, you guys. She has a tattoo of an eye right above her shoulder there, and a fairy with a spider, or fairy sitting on a spider web on her forearm. But look how beautiful she is, you guys. She is stunning. She has her septum pierced. So a total of 100 people broke into teams to look for Allyson. There were 70 volunteers and 30 trained search rescue members on Christmas Day, you guys. That's what they were doing yesterday. All these people spent their Christmas Day trying to find this baby girl. By 5 p.m., the sheriff's office wrapped up the search with a plan to start again the next morning, which would be this morning. For those looking to volunteer on Thursday, the WCSO is asking for everyone who has a FRS radio to please bring it with them. Deputies also said that over the last few days, rumors have been circulating on social media about the search for Allyson. They're asking that people not post unconfirmed information out of respect for the search efforts and the Allyson family. Oh, that's so sad. Bless her. Please let her be found. They say that the boyfriend is cooperating. It's not a criminal investigation right now, but he is in the Washington County Jail. He's awaiting his court appearance on Thursday for a stolen vehicle charge. He also had a bench warrant for possession of meth. You guys know, out of all the investigation discoveries, all the true crime stuff, all of it, that most of the time, people that act crazy and do stuff that they normally wouldn't do are on meth. Both unrelated to the search of Allison, is what they say. He's in court for possession of meth, but you guys think that he just walked off and left her in the woods, that it's all normal and natural? Oh, I can't take this. Like, I want to be a cop now. I mean, because really? Or a private investigator. Crystal, let's become PIs. So we can do more than they're doing. Wow. It's unrelated, but he stole a car and had meth. That's all. But he didn't hurt her. Yes, God let her be okay. It doesn't sound good. I wish I wouldn't have heard that he's the type of guy to steal cars and have meth. And this is why it's very hard for me to cover cases like this, you guys, because I feel these victims' pain. I feel these families' pain. I like have a bigger heart than most, and I'm not bragging about that. Sometimes I wish I didn't. It hurts. My chest is hurting right now. And when you see this mama pleading for her daughter, it's heartbreaking. And she said that she was hoping that she was warm and that she went into a shed to find shelter or something. But now that I read that about the boyfriend, it makes me really leery. Hopefully we'll get some new updates today. I'm going to search about Amaya Robertson's mom being pregnant. I need to see that. Different case. Amaya Robertson, pregnant mom. No, that's not it. I'm not seeing where did you find out she was pregnant? I'm not seeing it that she's pregnant. What's her name again? Amber Robertson. Let's see. Amber Robertson pregnant. Let's look that up. Yeah. No one has even reported on it since March. I mean, somebody said something in October when they were scraping the lake, but no one's even cared about Amaya Robertson since March. And now, Allyson, so beautiful. I wonder what the boyfriend looks like. See if I can dig up a picture. This is her mother pleading. I'm passing out flyers, telling people to check their properties in case she's trying to stay warm. She's so pretty, y'all. So scary. Man last seen with missing woman arrested on unrelated charges. This is him, y'all. I knew I would see a picture. This is the boyfriend. Look at the bags under his eyes. He's been up for days. Look at the bags. Yeah, I looked up Amber Robertson. Nothing showed up. Why is he smiling? His girlfriend is missing. I'm looking for like marks on him. This might have been an old mugshot, though. It might not be of that day. So it's not necessarily. But it has his, I think it has his DOC number on it, so I could look him up. He's going to be in court on Thursday. They've done a reverse call, a reverse 911, which means 911 calls all of the houses and asks them for permission to be able to search their properties. They're asking everyone to take out a couple of hours of their day to pass out flyers, to check their own properties, check their sheds, check abandoned cars. So sad. Well, you guys, as soon as I find something out, I will definitely keep you posted. Yes, let's do it. Let's go get bonded tomorrow, girl. I'm serious. I would love to. And we live so close to each other. I mean, we could work both your area and my area and everything in between. Yes, Jennifer. It's on her page on Facebook or Twitter or Instagram. Which one, babe? There are pictures of her in the dollar store. She's pregnant. Oh, I believe you 100%. I just don't know why no one's reporting on it. That's what I don't understand. Oh, I definitely believe you. But that should be here. Like, they're reporting on everything else, but they're not going to report that Amaya Robertson's mom is pregnant. Like, because they know. In a different name, they all married now, so worried about the world my grandchildren are growing up in. I know, girl. That's why I homeschool my son. I am not trying to deal with that. 1 second. I'm going to step over here and Joel. All right, Jennifer, if you need me, email me. I have fought that fight before, and I want to be here for you while you be here for your son. And BS, I'm so glad that your kids had a great mama like you. And I love you guys. If you do find out anything about Amaya Robertson or these dust destroyers at gmail.com. Okay, so if you find, oh, that's not it. That's not it. Let me delete that. Oh, I can't block my, that's not the email. This is it. Now, if you find out anything, these dust destroyers at gmail.com. All right, if you find anything out about the missing children from last night that we talked about, Joshua Vallow and Tylee Ryan, who are tied up in this crazy, crazy case where their father has been murdered, their stepdad's ex-wife has been murdered, their mom's ex-husband before the father has been murdered, the mom's uncle has almost been murdered, and those children were brought up in like this religious group of the author is Chad Daybell, and he writes Latter-day Saints End of the Times book, and they're all wrapped up in the end of the world. And so family members had not seen their children in months since September. And so they sent police over to do a welfare check. Well, when the police got there, Chad Daybell and Lori Vallow told them that Joshua, the 7-year-old, and their 17-year-old were staying with extended family. So the police went, checked out their story, found out it was bogus, and they went back with a search warrant to interrogate Lori and Chad and about these children, Chad's missing stepchildren and Lori's missing real children. And they were gone. They had packed up and left, are on the run, missing. No one knows where they are. They hired an attorney to speak for them, but the attorney won't tell them where the children are. And they have all these bodies that they're leaving in behind them as they go. The body of his ex-wife, the body of her ex-husband, also her ex-husband before that died of very young unnatural causes, and the brother that killed the father is now dead. So it is a tangled web. I did a video on it last night. If you want to watch that to catch up, it is crazy. And also the Amaya Robertson story. Her mother, Amber Robertson, is supposedly pregnant. Wow, how are the police allowing her to have another baby when her and her boyfriend are the reason why Amaya is gone? That is not okay, and that baby better get taken from her the second she gives birth. And the fact that she didn't report her child missing for 2 days is neglect, and she already got away with not being charged with neglect. So. And then the last is our precious Allison Watterson. Wherever you are, love, I hope that you are safe and that you are protected and that nothing bad has happened. I hope that everything that we get a Christmas miracle on one of these stories. We need a after Christmas miracle on any of these stories. Please, if you guys know anything, let me know. I'm going to look it up. Have a good day. Love you. And he's smiling. Thank you, you guys. I love you all. I'll see you soon. Bye.